I've been. I read today's reading again, and it really didn't do an awful lot for me. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the reading, because I mean everything is personal, right? You look at stuff, and it's how you actually approach it, how you see it. So, if anybody is missing the daily readings taken from this month's Science of Mind magazine, I'll be back there shortly. But yesterday, I read something from somewhere else, and today also the same thing, because I like to read stuff that appeals to me, because then I feel it, and if I feel it, I think I project it better. So if anybody is a big Michael Gott fan, then I apologize for not reading his stuff today and yesterday, but we'll get back there, I promise you. So this one is from Rev Karin Wilson. It's from December 2022, from the 5th of December, actually. I'm trying to at least honor the day, right? The date. Sorry. And I really like this one, but when I reread it, I was kind of puzzled anyway, because I thought at first I was reading this from another writer, actually. I thought it was Edward Viljoen, and then I got puzzled because of the reading. You'll see why in a minute. It's actually Rev Karin Wilson. Karin Wilson. And it's called Weightless, and she gives us an African proverb to start with. If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. That's pretty, I think that's pretty good. If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Well, the go quickly part's right, because as I've told some of you before, when I go shopping with my wife, especially to the big buck stores, quote unquote, when I go with Barbara, I guarantee it's going to take a long time, anywhere from half an hour to an hour and a half. And when I go on my own, it's anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, depending on how much stuff I want. So this kind of resonates with me. If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Of course, that's a different message, right? In other words, we support each other. And Ernest Holmes says, the sense of condemnation that the race holds about itself weighs it down, and it must be removed. So in other words, he is talking about what Carl Jung talked about, which is the group human subconscious. And all this condemnation stuff, if we each individually have it, it goes into the group human subconscious, and we get the payback as well. So anyway, and then this is what Reverend Karen said. She said, if you've ever spent time in a gym, you can probably recall the smell of rubber mats, the clang of weights dropping to the floor, and a few grunts. I've worked at gyms twice in my life and joined several, but my best experience was when I worked at a women's gym. And I was thinking that this was actually Edward Viljoen, and I thought, how on earth did he get to be in a women's gym? And then I looked back at the author, and of course it's Rev Karin Wilson. So that kind of answered that question. But I like this because it's got a really good message. A few things stood out. First, there were no mirrors. And, right? People don't, you know. Second, the machines were designed for people like me who are small in stature. Yeah, the machines are designed for men, which is, anyway, I'm not going to go into all that. Third, the women came in all shapes and sizes, all races and ages, from teens to postmenopause. What I didn't expect was the impact of working out with this kaleidoscope of women who switched out of the circle as spaces opened up. In other words, space opened up, they move in. With nothing to look at but each other, I soon noticed my focus shift to my inner experience. When I gazed around the room, invariably it was to marvel at a woman's determination and resilience. In this communal space of positive support, I worked harder on myself than I ever did before. The challenges felt doable, and I became the most fit ever, while witnessing others do the same thing. I left every workout inspired. There was no talk of God in this place, no Bible tracts for anyone, just the simple positive force of good, and she capitalizes good. For those brief 30 minutes, I poured everything in, and yet I was weightless. Leaving, I no longer carried the world on my shoulders. Rather, I was lifted up into a place where I knew whatever I chose to carry would be just right. And I thought, this is kind of a cool message, that we're not at the gym to prove anything to anybody, right? Well, to ourselves. That's all. We're not out to prove anything. But you see a lot of the guys, especially, and some of the women, strutting around. They're showing off their muscles, and the way they walk, you can tell that they're just showing off. And I'm not a bodybuilder. I go there to keep fit. I lift a decent amount of weight, but I'm just there to stay fit. But it kind of puts me off. So I really resonate with this message here, that when we turn the focus away from competing with others or comparing ourselves to others, we do an awful lot better. And when there's a spirit of cooperation, same thing. Like she said, people get out of the circle, they go in. We have to teach this to the people at my gym, because you've heard all the hoo-ha about cell phones and kids. Australia's just enacted a ban, right? Kids under 16 cannot have a cell phone, mobile phone, whatever you want to call it, smartphone. And now it's frequent to see people in the gym looking at their phones while they're on a machine. They don't do it so much when they're on the free weights, because, well, they can't, right? Got a weight at each hand. But on the machines, it's a different story. And I can understand people, you do a set, and then you wait a short while, and then you do another set. And I guess originally it started, people would just do a set, pull their phone out while they were waiting till the next set, but then they get carried away with what's on the phone. And they're not just doing weights anymore. They're actually involved back on their phones again, So I really resonate with this, and I hope other people too do. So the message to me is that when we take the focus off ourselves, and we take the focus off competing with other people, and when we work in a spirit of cooperation, whatever it is, whether it's the gym or whatever it is, then life is better for everybody. So that's what I got out of this reading today. And as I said, for all you Michael Gott fans, I will be back reading from Michael Gott tomorrow. Whatever the reading is, I promise you, I'll read it. So today his was about comfort zones. And there is a really cool poem about a comfort zone, so I'll probably read that tomorrow. Well, I guess I'm done for today. So anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it, and if I've been preachy, I apologize, but I really resonated with this. Hey, we're not out to prove anything to anybody else. We're here to improve ourselves, and we're here to cooperate. And when we do that, hey, life is a lot better in whatever direction, not just at the gym, wherever we are. So there we are. And the affirmation she gave us, I capably carry my part, which kind of tells the whole story about cooperation. I capably carry my part. So, Rev Karin, if you're around, I love short affirmations, and I really liked this reading today. So please look out for my colleague, Reverend Lisa Ryan, on Creative Life Spiritual Center's Facebook page. Look out for me on whatever social media you find me on. My own, our company, Prosperity Living, Creative Life Spiritual Center, and usually on lots of others like LinkedIn, Threads, Tumblr, Mastodon, Blue Sky, and Instagram. That's enough for now, right? So until next time, namaste.